Hello everyone and welcome to a special Magic Millions edition of the Edmonds Racing Preview Show, coming to you from the Crystal Lounge ahead of the big day. Grand final day has arrived. Lots going on and off the track, and let's start with on the track last week. Barassi, an emotional win for connections, trainers.
Everyone. Yep, been a long wait. And I suppose the build up to all that and the emotion that we let out was
because of the long wait, really.
Well, yeah.
Relief.
And then with them to see what he did after getting beaten at Doomben, like, for him to do that, that's probably more for me. I think, like, we always knew he had the ability, but after that happened at Doomben, you think, well, wow, all that wait for that, and I've been not talking him up, but all the positive updates you send about the horse, how good he's going, and how what we thought, and then for that to happen at Doomben, I was just absolutely gutted.
Yep.
It made you feel like retiring, to be honest.
Yeah, right.
After all that, and I was surely I can't be that wrong about a horse, and we didn't change a great deal. He was shod differently.
That's about it.
Put a nose roll on him. Back to his home track, possibly. I don't know. This track might have been a bit more forgiving for him, especially in those three-quarter shoes that he wore. So I'm not sure what happened, but he smashed him. That was
maybe he just learned a bit too from his first up effort.
Well, really, I don't know what he needed to learn. Like, he did the same thing. He led. He got a bit of pressure, but he ran really quick sectionals. So here. Up there, he just seemed to be running as quick sectional. So look, I don't know why he got beaten, but he did. Anyhow, that's in the past. But it's great to see him win, and there was quite a few owners weren't here, but most of them were here. Most of them were here, and I think the build up to all that, and then to be able to perform as he did was testament to the horse, to everyone involved. I must mention.
Scott Bryce.
Scott Bryce from Sydney, who's been looking after this horse now for probably 5 months, roughly. Might be that long, but it's around that time.
It's about that time, yeah.
Without him, he would have been back in the paddock. Well, he probably would have been gone
ever since September.
Because he's 5 now, and it's at that time. Well, if something else went wrong with him, we had to give him another 3 months out, 4 or 5 months out. Everyone would have. I'd suggest to say, mate, is it worthwhile persevering?
Yeah.
Like, you've left him a colt that long, and to be fair, everyone was really good, and for that to happen, just justifies what we thought of him. And now he's gone out for a little break, and hopefully he can go on to bigger and better things. What they are, it's no good preempting all that. That he's going to have to find that level himself, but we'll give him that chance to.
Yep. Well, it was unreal to watch, wasn't it? Some great scenes, celebrations, and just touching quickly, just to give people an insight into the work. We finished recording the show last week on the Friday, the day before the race.
Yeah.
And then how long did you spend with him with the farrier?
Nearly 4 hours. So, but an hour and a half of that was looking for a drill at Bunnings, and driving from
everything that could go wrong did go wrong.
Bunnings shop to shop to shop to try and find the drill that we needed, but the farrier was still working away on him. So yeah, about 4 hours.
Amazing, yeah. And then
he's a 5-year-old colt. He just stands there. He cops it all. He asks for a scratch every now and then, he's so easy to work with, which is great.
What a champion, Barassi. All right, well, exciting times ahead, and we'll keep an eye on him in the future. So well done to everyone involved. Patience rewarded there. As we mentioned, also busy off the track this week. You've both been purchasing, Trent, for your new operation, and Toby for what's happening here at home.
Yeah, so, probably unlike other years, I spent a fair bit of time there this year looking at horses. We had a short list. Lucky Clover have a big list of horses to get through.
61 on the short list.
Yeah, it was 90-something to start with, and we knocked 30 on the head, and then we're able to narrow that down to 60 and then narrow it right down. So we've bought one for those guys, a Cool as a Beale filly, really nice filly. and we've bought 3 others on the first day. So we had a really good kick-off or start to the sale day or the sale week, and really happy with our purchase. A really nice Blue Point colt. He's a machine weapon. Big strong guy. I didn't see enough of his father. I've seen him racing enough, but I don't know whether he looks like him. But he's got, he's a big powerhouse thing. So really confident he'll be okay. Beautiful bivouac filly for Archer Park. She was only cheap. She was sort of a 3/4 relation to Rephrase, that other filly we've got. It's only had a couple of runs and's performed well, so we're happy to get her. She's Cutis, which is, for 65 grand, she's really cheap.
And we all know what Bivouac did on the track.
He's a great racehorse, yeah. And the other filly we got was a King's Legacy filly out of a Reliable Man mare, grey filly. So, threw a bit towards Reliable Man, but she's a good walker. Really neat filly. A little bit tired towards the end of the sale, the poor thing, but she'll just enjoy a break before we break her in, and happy with those 4. So that's about us for this part of the sale. Maybe something out of book 2, but that's all we've done so far.
Yeah, well, it's a marathon, isn't it? We're halfway there, and lots to come until next Tuesday. The sale goes, and Trent, tell us about your purchase. Exciting times for your venture.
Yeah, so I bought a deep field filly out of Alliterate from Widden Stud. She was yet again, actually, she was on the Lucky Clover list, but I just bought her on my own back. Really liked her, liked the sire. The mare, she was a half sister to a really fast galloper trained in New South Wales called Alart. She's called Alliterate. She actually won the Wellington Boot, the golden slipper of the country. So she was a get up and go sort of fast running 2-year-old, and then actually trained on a little bit later to get out over a mile. So my thought behind buying this filly, she just looked really sharp. Looks something that could, as a young trainer, sort of going out on his own, get up and get going early, and I'll give her every chance to do that. It's a little bit nerve-wracking when I was signing for the. I should have used my finger. I should have used my finger instead of the pen because I was shaking a little bit. But I don't know whether it was nerves or excitement, maybe a bit of both. But anyway,
the adrenaline.
I'm underway, and I really liked her. I didn't have much of a short list, and I'm not going to be stupidly active. But I thought I'd done well to get her. I think I paid 160 grand for her, so have had a fair few sort of clients jump in, and obviously looking for a few more.
Well, that's good. That's a good start for you then.
Yep.
If people are already jumping on board.
It's fantastic.
And you've got your own little email address up and running also.
Sure do.
All right, well, let's talk about the racing. It's a big day worth $14 million on Saturday, and you've got a quality team stepping out. Obviously, this time 12 months ago, you were celebrating a win from Alpine Edge, and he's looking to do it again. But in the Magic Millions Country Cup to open proceedings, Jamaican Rumba is in the field. Clovis Prince, 5th emergency.
He won't get a run, Clovis Prince, but Jamaican Rumba sneaks into that race, and he's trending the right way. That's the right word or not.
52.5.
Yeah, he's actually got no weight. He's carrying 52.5. Jamie Carter ride.
Yeah,
drawn reasonably well.
Have we got track conditions yet?
Soft 6.
Soft 6 at the moment.
Soft 6 we've got a bit of rain around there at the moment. That should clear towards lunchtime, I would think. Mightn't hurt the track actually.
No.
Just depends what happens overnight and during the day. But we're in the early first race, so we get the best first use of the track, and he's galloped out here. He goes really good on this track, loves it, and strides out nicely. So confident he can run well. He ran well on a heavy 10.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah, at Ipswich. At the other day, just getting run down. Second up, still a little bit big, but his subsequent work's been really good, and he'll get a good chance. Be in front for a long way, and looking forward to him tomorrow.
I suppose our only concern is that those country races, they go a squillion miles an hour, don't they?
They do.
If they're going as quick as him early from that soft game, needless to say, they're going too fast.
Yeah, right, because he's a flyer.
Yep.
Hopefully, a bit of scenes of last week with Barassi rounding the turn then. Big competitive field, that one too, isn't it? I think there's about 10 horses under $15,
yeah.
So it's an open race.
They come from far and wide.
All right, well, Alpine Edge, as we mentioned, we remember the celebrations from 12 months ago, and he's looking to do it again. barrier 12 this year, and Blake Shin aboard.
Yeah, so that booking come around, there's a bit of controversy there, but Jamie Carr was originally booked and we thought we were going to get less weight than 55, so Blake couldn't ride it. So we booked her and I just thought with a 5-year-old colt, and then when he got 55 kilos, they didn't give Rothfire a...
They didn't rate him higher, which was weird for winning.
Well, when you look at... I understand that now. Like, I didn't understand it at the time when we were looking prior to the thing, but that Toowoomba race wouldn't have rated that well.
No.
I don't think it was... Steady Ready ran second, taking ground off Rothfire, and yeah, I just think it was a subpar... Not I shouldn't say subpar, that's not fair to them, but, you know, when you're doing the ratings and you've got a pool of...
The race wasn't of the best quality.
Yeah, so, and that's how they would have rated it. And looked at that. So he didn't get a penalty or any more ratings points. So he stayed at 112 or whatever it is, and that compressed the weight. So we were fortunate enough now to realise then he would get 55 kilos. So Blake then's back in the scene. So we let the managers sort it out between themselves.
Right.
And says, you know, Liam Pryor that manages Blake, had a good chat to him. I said, look, I think 5-year-old colt, I know a few of the owners in him really love Blake. They'd love to have him ride it. And so he made contact with Jamie Carr's manager and they've sorted it out between
They worked it out, yeah.
Yep. So,
I know Blake's excited about riding him, though.
Yeah, he galloped him Tuesday morning. He said he went good. We galloped on the Polly on Tuesday morning. It was hosing down rain. So we just went out early and got our work done, and he worked up nice. He's ready to go. Been out for a jump yesterday. We went to the beach Wednesday morning. Recovery's been really good, so he's as good as we can have him. And
hopefully track conditions.
You know, with Rothfire in the race, you know, he's obviously a Group 1 horse, second the Stradbroke. He's going to be hard to run down, you would think, but he's got a lot of weight, 61 kilos. He's only been down here once before, I reckon, and he got rolled.
Yes.
In the
Cutest
two-year-old,
Jewel.
in the Cutest Jewel.
That's right.
Which I think a horse like him still would have handled those horses even if he was half right, but hopefully it's a bit of a bogey track for him.
Okay.
And he's drawn bad. So he's going to
drawn
get a bit,
16, we've
he's
drawn
going to
12.
get a bit of pressure, so you think he's got everything against him, hasn't he,
Well,
really?
he's got the target on him, doesn't he? Yeah.
But
There's
I
a lot
think
of-
in the
there's a lot of
Stradbroke, I
pressure
think
in
he
the
drew
race.
terrible in the Stradbroke though, didn't he?
Yeah, he drew 21
Drew
or something in the
in the
Stradbroke
Stradbroke.
and
got
kept
run
going.
down.
But
He tends to do that at Eagle Farm. He loves Eagle Farm.
there's a lot of pressure in the race too, like Chinny Boom going to 1300 for the first time.
Yep.
A couple of those other fast, cutest horses that have actually all drawn out wide. So I would think that we could follow those across, land in a good spot just off them and play that stalking role late, and Blake will be lovely and patient on him, balance him up, and providing the track's nice and fair and not too wet, he's going to let rip.
Right, you had a sense of timing about this too. You had your eye on this race, and
Yeah, that's been his-
The whole prep.
This has been his target race. We didn't.
So.
We didn't bother going to the King of the Mountain this year. It was a bit close in between runs. He loves his races spaced a little bit, so he gets a 3-week break between the Falvalon and tomorrow, and you know he's ready to go.
Beautiful. All right. Well, good luck to the Lucky Clover team. Hopefully, we can see those celebrations again. The Vows, he's on the quick backup after running in last week's wave. Steps up to the 2200 metre in the sub-zero. How's he come through that run last week?
Good. By the look of him.
No, he's good. He's pulled up pretty well. He had a pretty tough run last week from that wide barrier, and you know I mentioned it in my update. We rode. What would you say? We rode the track because the track looked like it was on speed, but then when you sit back and think about it, and that's on the advice of
everyone.
Everyone. You know, Joni and Richard were saying that Mick Malone told them that it was on speed. You had to be up there, and when you start listening to that sort of stuff, then you sort of fall into the trap of riding your horse upside down. And I'm a bit upset we did that, but we did. And we'll learn from it. He's drawn terribly in tomorrow, so
Barrier 12.
he has no weight, 52.5. So CJ Graham goes on tomorrow. That's the reason for that booking. She can ride that weight easily. So from 12 barrier, she's going to have to navigate some sort of course. We don't want to be,
back with the cap catchers, but
no, but we don't want to be giving too much start away either, especially with 52. we want to be in a roll ready to let rip if you can. And there's still a cloud over whether he can run 2200, but $1 million races don't come around very often. So he's a gelding, so he's sound and well and ready to go, so we can go on with it, I think.
And bounced out of last week.
Yeah, he's had a pretty light week. You know, a couple of swim days, beach, went out for a jump yesterday with help on edge. So yeah, his week's been good.
Okay. All right, well, good luck to everyone involved there with the Vows, another big ownership group, hopefully cheering home him on Saturday. Clover's Prince is the other runner who's looking to get a run in the syndicate, the big syndicate race.
Doubtful that he will, and that's a very hard race. We would have preferred him in the Country Cup, but that's a very stiff race for a greater horse that he is. But it'd be good for the Lucky Clover guys to have another runner on the day if he can somehow get a run. As you said, $14 million race day. I don't think there'll be many scratchings.
No, yeah, big fields and no one.
Yeah, something might happen though. You never know.
Yeah.
Even in that Country Cup, something might happen. Something might happen. They're like,
Hopefully a couple of transport difficulties for the
I haven't
guys that are out yonder.
You just need one, don't you? So there's nothing as yet. No
No,
scratching as
but
yet.
in the Country Cup, we need we need
six,
quite a
4
few.
or 5,
but,
yeah.
you know, something could happen. Like they may not even transport them once they're emergency. So who knows?
Okay, well, they're the runners on the big race day. Just quickly touching on the provincial runners, couple of debutants set to step out here. You've got Mean Approach in at Ipswich.
Yep.
In the maiden plate over the 800.
Need the run. He's a big gross guy, big lean mean machine guy who is still learning what it's all about. He's had a nice trial here on the poly track. He's only had the one trial. He'll just go in there. This can be used as like his second trial, but under race day pressure and condition. Expect him to be out the back and he can run on a little bit, and then I think he'll tighten up and bounce out of that and start to look good. He doesn't quite look right there yet to me, so when that happens, he'll be ready to win somewhere else.
Okay, and
Not
a bit
tomorrow.
over further.
Yes.
Yep. All right, and then the other runner at Ipswich is Miss You, obviously the last start winner, and some new colours aboard for the ownership group here. Who we mentioned that there's the nice touch after that win last start.
Yeah. She's going well. Excuse me.
Tired.
Am I?
We're keeping him up.
It's a
not keeping
bloody
me up.
it's a taxing week.
It's a
It is. It's a marathon.
long
isn't
week
it?
when you get out and go to work at like at 2 o'clock in the morning.
That's what everyone says about that aren't here. They say, "Oh, geez, it must be convenient walking across the road." Well, not really. You still got to turn up to work at 2:30 in the morning, and then these guys are leaving the casino at midnight and having a full 9 hours sleep, and then getting there. Anyway, that's enough of the rant.
Some people have been doing that as well, and then trying to get to work, haven't they? Wonder who that is. Sunday morning was a good morning.
Saturday night, I had to celebrate.
Sunday morning was a good morning.
I had to celebrate.
All right. What time?
Oh,
5 o'clock at work.
5 o'clock home.
It just all rolled into one.
Oh, well, I thought it might be
I
the
knew
last
it.
sort of big prize money.
I knew it was
we
on.
get, so-
I went to work at 3:30 and I'd done the top deck on my own, and I knew that was going to happen. So all good.
Oh, well, you've only got a week
I've
to
only
put
got a
up
week.
with it.
Yeah.
So,
And then you can run your own race.
but no, well, like that was just a big, I don't know, stress relief, I suppose you could call it. So I thought, bugger it, I'll go and have a couple of drinks.
Good on you. Good on you.
But no, Miss Shu, she won beautifully first start on the poly. Scott rode her really well, and she should get a beautiful run again tomorrow. It's actually quite a competitive race, but I think she goes up 50 metres in journey, so that's not going to hurt her.
that.
And it looks like she's come on again. Highly strung filly, we don't do a great deal with her, and I think she's responding to that beautifully because she looks super. So she'll look the winner at some stage. Just a matter of getting around that tight turning track and then letting rip.
And then the other runner at the Sunshine Coast, another debutante, Amador,
Drawn bad.
barrier 14.
I can't draw a barrier.
We scratched him because he had a snotty nose a couple of
Yeah,
weeks ago.
he had a bit of congestion on his lungs, so we had to scratch him and tidy that up. He's drawn bad, but he probably needs a run. You know, he's sort of getting at that stage where we can't hang on to him too much longer. Even if it is heavy, I think the track, pretty confident they're going to get a wet track up there again. Might actually suit him, even though he's drawn poorly.
Okay.
I wouldn't take a win, but he's another one that's starting to pick it all up, and will pick it up in time, and he'll get out to 2,000 metres, I think. So that's his go. He's not a short course horse.
Okay, he'll need further than the 1,200 on
Yes.
Sunday.
Yes, he will.
All right, well, they're the runners. We cleaned the slate last week. but you're minus 100 each. So your final bet before you depart us.
Didn't we tip Barassi each way?
You went Barassi each way into the Vales.
Wow.
That was another
You
subject.
got greedy,
What a
and
dopey.
that's what happens.
Didn't we have some people? Did you back him at $8? No.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure there's lots of stories.
Anyway, how would it be $8?
Because he got beaten by a team of camels the first start. That's it. But anyway,
Best bet this weekend. What can we do?
Those camels are someone's horses, and they actually love them. So
Yes, that's right.
just think that way. Best bet?
Best bet. What do we got?
I don't think we've got a best bet, to be fair. Depends on the track. You have to go with the old boy. Alpine Edge, probably, but not with the great... Alpine Edge each way is 18 or 20 bucks.
He is, yeah.
Why
Good
is
price.
18 or 20 bucks in a race like this? I don't get that.
fantastic
guess-
each way odds. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to go him each way into Miss Shoe to win.
Okay.
You should.
Yep.
You just said it's a hard race.
It is a hard race, but I think she's going good. She looks well.
You're going to
Okay.
blast out.
Soft
He's
gate.
gonna blast out.
And
He's
he's
gonna
just
go.
got
He's
a,
going
he's
to
got
blast
a,
out. He's blasting out of nothing.
he's got a
Going.
sense of timing about him. He just everything's gone like well. Particularly his last run, his sectionals were brilliant. So, providing Blake gives him a good ride,
Blake give him a good ride.
he's
Just what happens
What happens with the
happens
others?
in the...
the others
Yeah.
giving theirs a good ride. But
So that's
no, he's flying.
going well.
Okay. All right. Well,
That
it's an exciting weekend. Well, is that it? Have you anything else to add?
No.
Cover a
just
bit of territory with the
suppose,
sales.
suppose it just... Of course, Trent's signing out now, isn't he?
He is. This is
We might get him back in on a... what do you call it?
cameo.
On a
Oh,
Vimeo or whatever you call
Not
it.
a Vimeo,
A Zoom
a
link.
Zoom link.
Zoom link,
Yeah,
that's
one
it.
day, as you see how he's going.
See, yeah, we'll follow his
He can
progress.
show us his complex
So
and
yes,
have a look at see how his 2-year-old's going or yearling. So I'd like to thank Trent for his efforts for the last 12 years, maybe. I think it is. So it's a long time, and it'll be sad to see him go, but also exciting for him. I think you'll find he'll do well. Confident, if he works hard at it and he gets the right support, he'll be fine.
Yeah. No, well, I'm sure all the owners out there would echo the same sentiments. So we wish you well, mate, and we'll be following
Cheering
your
for you.
progress.
keeping in touch.
Yeah, that's right.
Very
All
good.
right. Well, that's
That's
the
the
show.
show.
Big day tomorrow. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Sweet.
Good luck tomorrow.